I still remember the way the ocean looked that evening, wide, restless, and full of secrets. My boss stood beside me on the sand, confident and smiling, as if the world had never told her no. Then she said something that stopped my heart. "If you beat me in a swim," she said, her voice playful but daring, "I'll reward you with one night." I looked at her, surprised. The waves crashed between us and the horizon. I should have laughed it off. I should have walked away. Instead, I said the words that changed both our lives. "I don't want one night," I told her. "I want more." Before we dive into this story, if you love powerful, real-life inspired stories about kindness, courage, and second chances, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment below. It helps our channel, your channel name, reach more people who need a little hope in their lives. Now let me tell you what really happened that night. I was 26 years old, fresh out of a small town in Ohio, trying to make it in San Diego. I worked as a junior marketing assistant at a fast-growing tech company. The pay wasn't great, and the hours were long, but I was grateful. My mom always told me, hard work opens doors, but kindness keeps them open. My boss, Claire, was the opposite of me in almost every way. She was confident, sharp, and seemed untouchable. She'd built the company from scratch with her business partner and was known for her bold ideas. She was also known for keeping people at arm's length. That Friday, the company had organized a beach retreat in La Jolla to celebrate landing a major client. There were bonfires, music, and drinks. Most people left before sunset, but a few of us stayed behind. Claire walked toward the water, kicked off her sandals, and looked back at me. "You swim?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "Used to compete in high school." Her eyes lit up. "Race you to that buoy and back." We jogged into the water. It was colder than I expected, but once we started swimming, instinct took over. I could tell she was strong, but I had years of practice behind me. I reached the buoy first and turned back, pushing hard. By the time my feet touched the sand again, I was ahead by a few seconds. Claire walked out of the water, laughing and brushing wet hair from her face. That's when she made her offer. "If you beat me in a swim, I'll reward you with one night." She said it casually, almost like it was a joke. But there was something serious in her eyes. Maybe she was used to people wanting that from her. Maybe she thought that was what men always wanted. The old version of me might have taken the offer and never looked back. But I'd grown up watching my mom work 2 jobs after my dad left. I'd seen what loneliness did to a person. And in that moment, standing in the fading light, I saw something in Claire that most people missed. She wasn't daring me. She was testing me. "I don't want one night," I said quietly. "I want more." She frowned, confused. "More?" "I want respect," I said. "I want to earn my place here because I'm good at what I do. Not because I beat you in a swim." The beach went silent except for the waves. For the first time since I'd known her, Claire didn't have a quick comeback. "Why would you turn that down?" she asked softly. "Because you're worth more than a dare," I said. "And so am I." We didn't talk much after that. We dried off, packed up, and went home. I spent the whole weekend wondering if I'd just ruined my career. Monday morning, I walked into the office expecting tension. Instead, I found an email from Claire asking me to come to her office. I knocked and stepped inside. She wasn't her usual sharp, put-together self. She looked tired. "Close the door," she said. I did. She took a deep breath. "No one has ever said no to me like that. I'm sorry if I..." "Don't apologize," she interrupted. "It wasn't inappropriate because of the offer. It was inappropriate because I've been using confidence to hide." She looked out the window for a moment. "My husband left 2 years ago," she said. "Said I cared more about the company than about him. Since then, I've kept things casual. Surface level. It's easier that way. I didn't know what to say. So I listened. That night at the beach, she continued, I wasn't trying to be reckless. I was trying to feel something real. And you didn't take advantage of that. There it was. The truth beneath the challenge. I just think, I said slowly, that people deserve to be seen as more than a moment. She nodded. You asked for more. What does that mean? It means I want to grow here, I said. I want to help build something that matters. And I want to do it the right way. She studied me for a long moment. Then she smiled, not the polished CEO smile, but a genuine one. Okay, she said. Let's do more. From that day on, things changed. Not overnight, and not in some fairy tale way. But steadily. Claire started involving me in bigger meetings. She asked for my input on campaigns. When I made mistakes, she corrected me without cutting me down. And I made a promise to myself to treat everyone in the office with the same kindness I'd shown her on the beach. One afternoon, I noticed our receptionist, Maria, crying quietly at her desk. Most people walked by without noticing. I stopped and asked if she was okay. Her son had been sick, and she was worried about hospital bills. I helped her set up a small fundraiser within the company. Claire matched every dollar. That act sparked something. People started looking out for each other more. We began celebrating small wins, checking in when someone looked stressed, and offering help without being asked. Kindness became part of the culture. A year later, our company doubled in size. We were featured in a business magazine, not just for our growth, but for our workplace environment. The article mentioned how leadership prioritized empathy and respect. One evening, after a long day, Claire and I walked out of the office together. The sky was painted in orange and pink, just like it had been on the beach. Do you ever regret saying no? She asked. Not for a second, I said. She smiled. Good. Because if you'd said yes, we'd both be different people right now. We weren't in a romantic relationship. We never crossed that line. What grew between us was something deeper, mutual respect and friendship. She started volunteering at a local mentorship program for young women in business. I began coaching high school swimmers on weekends. The swim that started as a dare turned into a reminder that real connection isn't built on impulse. It's built on integrity. 3 years after that night, Claire offered me a partnership stake in the company. You earned this, she said. Not because you're the fastest swimmer. But because you chose character over opportunity. I thought back to my mom's words about kindness keeping doors open. She was right. Sometimes kindness looks like holding the door for someone. Sometimes it looks like donating money or offering a hug. And sometimes, it looks like saying no when yes would be easier. That night on the beach, I didn't win because I swam faster. I won because I saw a person behind the power. I saw loneliness behind confidence. And I responded with respect instead of ego. We live in a world that moves fast. It rewards boldness, risk, and instant gratification. But what it really needs is kindness. The kind that sees people clearly. The kind that values long-term impact over short-term pleasure. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this: when you choose kindness, you're not losing out. You're investing in something stronger. So the next time life offers you one night of easy gain, ask yourself if you want more. More respect. More growth. More meaning. Because when you choose more, you don't just change your story. You change someone else's too. And that's the real reward.